Okay guys, back again. This time it's going to be 3 issues in one video. We're going with 70, 71 and 72. So let's get into the build. Okay, so it's a very small pack this time. So open it up. We have quite a few screws. We have one of the spindles. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 8 or 9 screws there. We have another rotating piece, and we have clips. Oh, so based on when I think this is what's going to attach to the back of the head of the Mastodon, so that's going to allow me to actually start putting the Mastodon head on, instead, without worrying about it just being on the single clip at the bottom. So that's nice. Alright, so we've got plenty of screws. Let's pop them in here. That makes a nice little pop. Alright, so first thing to do is to take which one? The first one, which was this one. And this goes in and you poke this piece through there. So it goes into it. And then 4 of these screws. 2, 3, come on, one more. Yes, thank you. Will be used to secure this in. Oh, that's going to be a tight squeeze. I think I might have to use a spare screwdriver for one of those. So, see if we can get this one in there. Yeah, it's a bit of an angle. I think I've got that in nicely. I can go back to the comfortable screwdriver. Which, like I say, it's a much more comfortable screwdriver to use, but yeah, it's a bit wider in places, so it's not always the best for sort of reaching in between parts. This is though one of the best little screwdriver sets I've managed to buy over the years though. Alright, so that is now in place, and straight away we're looking to put another piece on. So this is going to go straight on, but apparently we're doing it at an angle. Okay, so this is this way up, this is supposed to go in this way. Again, I don't know why, but that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't want the spare. So if anything, I believe this is essentially the bicep. So that will twist around, so that's going to be a nice point of articulation. You just change the page, and the next thing that's going to happen, is actually bringing back this, because this piece is going to go in. Need to turn this around so it points out, but this is going to go in like this. can... Yeah, it's a tight fit. It is a really tight fit. Which I guess is a good thing. Yeah, there we go. So that's gone in there, and it's just poking through slightly on that side. And we've had nothing to do this bit. I think it's going to go in here, but at the moment it hasn't told me to do that, so let's see what's happening in the next issue. Okay, so looking at this, this is possibly one of the heaviest parts, like individual parts, that I've actually had come in. I mean, a few screws there, but this is the flaps that cover the back of it. So obviously all metal, but that is quite a hefty piece there. Anyway, getting on with the actual parts, we want to take the body that we did previously, the piece that we did in the first video of the Mastodon bits here, and that will slot in with that piece right there. So that has gone onto the spindle that went on last time, onto that bit with the 3 screws that went on in the video before. Aha, so now we take the other piece that hasn't gone on, we put this into here like I thought, and we also take this, which goes into here, and all that will then be connected here. So try and line everything up. Alright, there we go. That is everything there. So this comes up. This can all fold in, I guess, in whatever way I end up having to fold it. We've got that piece there. So that's gonna, that clip has gone through. Then connect. So there are bits to screw. Let's see what it says on the next page. So it would seem that I do still need to screw in somewhere here. So I'm trying to figure out, because I don't see where anything actually connects for screwing.
2 hours later.
If I hold this like this. Oh, I figured it out. I worked it out, right. I'm not actually screwing the black bit. If you look at these 2 holes here, and I have spent several minutes trying to figure this out. So it's these instructions, they are really not the most clear. But if you have this lined up as if it were in Mastodon mode, when you look through that hole there and that hole there, you will see the screw holes in this. So you're not actually screwing the shoulder into the top of the arm, you're just securing the top of the arm. So you see how far that goes in. So that's the top one. And then if I go into this one, go down, there you go, found the hole. And that is nice and tight there. And now we've also got one of the connectors for the Mastodon head. And with this going like this, you actually get an idea of where the back's going to come down and how big this Mastodon is actually going to be. If I rest it up against the side here, we can go on to the final issue of this video. Okay, so the final part of this little trio of parts we're doing in this video. Let's have a look. We've got a very shiny silver piece here. We've got the M's, which are actually the first thing to do. So let's push this into here. How well does that go in? That goes in very nicely, although it feels like it will just pop out a little bit, so I may add some super glue to that later. Quickly with the other side. Oh no. Ooh. Thought that was a mark there. I wouldn't have been happy with that, but yeah. That one fits in quite a bit better than the other sides. May add some glue to that bit. I don't know, but doesn't that look beautiful? Right, so while that collapses under its own weight, we now want to get this piece and put this into it, which goes this way. Give it a little push, and then that goes into this piece like this. So make sure that's nice and flat, because you'll want that to go in here. Getting through these pieces nice and quick. Okay, so next we want to lift this up. Okay, let me try and, if I do this, actually fold that in. So that's how it will look when it's all folded, when it's in Megazord mode, but we need to take this, twist that around to that way around for now. Oh, no, it's saying twist it that way. Right, then this will come in I think that's got screw holes there, so that's going to come in like this. And two of those screws, where did I put that? Well, actually I haven't even taken the pack of screws out. Whoa, we got some big old like headed screws there. We've got some normal black screws, and we've got slightly longer black screws. Now, considering I need 3 of them, it'll be the shorter of the black screws. Where did I... There it is. So I grab 2 of these. Come on, out you pop. There we go. Hey! Didn't want to be left out. You can go off with the other spares. So if I turn this round, you can see here there are screw holes there and there. And I think I've just figured out what that part's for. So, let's see if I can do it with a nice screwdriver. Nope. So do it with the old one. So that is going to hold what I've roughly been calling the bicep. And then the next stage is to take this piece and push that into. Oh wow! It also does say to rotate it, but look at that. That is a beautiful fit there. That's an absolutely beautiful fit. Oh, except by looking at the picture, I think I'm supposed to turn it the other way up, but either way, you can see that is a lovely fit right there. And the final bits of this issue are to take these 2 pieces. This big piece here, which I guess is going to fit onto there. Seems a very small piece that's going to connect there. But okay, so these are going to go. Right, so this is this way up, so the post at the bottom is going to be like that. That's a tight fit, but yep. So that's going to be. So I'm just like double checking as I go. So that's at the bottom and that's going up. Yep. So that will then do the same on the other side. Like I said, that's a nice tight fit there. I'm just wondering though, because I mean, it's only going into a single piece there. Right, so we're going to open up these super headed screws, which are PWBs. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on what any of this stuff means, but me, I just try and figure it out as I go. Right, so this screws into here. But yeah, I really hope that that is a strong connection. I mean, it could be like a more dense plastic than some of the other pieces. Alright, so that's in there. Put the other one in on the other side. Okay, so these do move slightly. This is very bendy, and yeah, this will, using one of these slightly longer screws, into there, and this will come in here, and then screw that on. So that will rotate there. Ah, that's the elbow. That is the elbow. Okay. So I'll bring this back down. Yeah, so this, I'll unfold this again. Ugh. Very stiff. Very stiff. So that will come over the top of this. And yeah, this is, I get it for the side camera, there you go. And then the top camera, I'll just turn it around like this. Here is what we've got at the moment. And then I guess the next video will be doing this part, which should be a foot and a hand. So I'll see you next video.